about finishing off the painting I started in the last video. In between filming, I added a little bit to this painting. One is I put some eyes on the horses in black, and I added some highlights and some shadow on the mane and tail of the first horse here. So I'm going to show you first how I added those highlights. The shadows are just black paint painted in. In order to put a light color over a watercolor, you have to use some kind of opaque paint. Watercolor over watercolor didn't work very well because it's transparent. So if you want to add a light color, I'm using a very well used tube of acrylic white. I put a lot of water in there on my brush, and I'm going to add what's called a catch light to the eyes of the horses. Okay, it's just a dot. I'm putting it close to the lower edge of the eye because these horses are looking down at something. There you go. That's all I'm going to add in white. Most watercolor purists would frown upon using acrylic white on a watercolor painting, but mostly I do not do it, but this time I did. Now I'm going to take a watercolor pen, and I'm going to sketch in what the horses are looking at down here, which in this case is going to be an armadillo. Sort of a cave art version of an armadillo. I'll make this my usual 9-banded armadillo. It's the kind of armadillo we have here in Texas, mostly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bands. There's many kinds of armadillos. Well, maybe not many, but several. Then I'm going to paint my armadillo. Get some paint from my palette here. Kind of he's sitting on a patch of turquoise, so he's mostly going to be burnt sienna colored armadillo. I need more water on that brush. Once again, I tried to cover the watercolor pen, the black watercolor pen, with the color just to make it flow. And it will flow very nicely. I'm going to choose another color for other parts of the armadillo. This is a burnt umber, I think. Something in my palette that's a darker brown. Yeah. Well, can't be sure. It might be sepia. I think it is sepia. Wouldn't be so dark otherwise. Getting a small brush again to paint in the feet. Okay. Now I'm going to do something about those bands. And there is my version of a 9-banded armadillo. For this painting, anyway. Okay, I'm going to put some decorations on the horses. going to put spots on the horse in the foreground. There's article after article online about how there were cave paintings of horses with spots and how somebody tested DNA back for a bazillion years and they're related to leopard Appaloosas. Yeah, so you couldn't tell that by looking? Okay. I think it was because someone asserted that there were no spotted horses back in the times of the cave painters. But there were. Okay, that takes care of that horse. I mean to put some turquoise decorations, as I call them, on the turquoise horse. We'll see how that looks. They're not as contrasty as the black dots on the horse in the foreground, but they're not supposed to be. The horse is more in the background. I'm going to add one other thing to the second horse. Lightning symbol. I haven't any idea how it got there, but it did. It doesn't stand out too much. Okay, I think this painting is finished. I'll post a better view of it. But until next time, keep painting, stay well, and happy trails. you.